Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for this week's reading. I'm going to be working with the Wisdom of Avalon deck, and I will also pull tarot if we need additional messages. So as always, these are general readings, so take the parts that do resonate and let the rest go. Alright, now let's get into the reading and let's see what messages are coming through for this week. I haven't worked with this deck in a long time, but somehow I felt drawn to it today. Okay, what messages need to come through for this week for the collective? So the first card we have is restriction, movement, letting go, disruption, disruption, that one really wanted to jump out, and mystery at the bottom of the deck. So just give me a second while I tune into it. Okay, so what's interesting is the first thing I'm noticing here is all these three cards have water in them. This one has water, this one has water as well. I feel this has to do with your emotions and everything that you have been holding within yourself, okay? You're really coming to terms with your emotions. What I'm trying to say here is, if in the past you suppressed your emotions or you repressed, whatever you were feeling, you're allowing it to come up, you're allowing it to resurface, and through feeling those emotions that you had repressed in the past and feeling them now, you're actually learning to let go. And with the disruption card, it's not always easy to face emotions that you have repressed, but when you face it, you heal it. Okay? I'm just trying to understand why is this mystery card here, and I can't help but see the Swan card right underneath it. I feel like you're going through some kind of a massive transformation, okay? The Swan card is all about transformation, changes, opening your wings. What I'm getting with this is everything that you have gone through on your journey is leading you to your destination. You know, just like with the swan, what I'm getting in mind is the ugly duckling transforming into a swan, okay? And not to say that you're an ugly duckling in any way, but what I'm trying to, this is just an analogy, but what I'm trying to say here is you are transforming, you are changing. Whatever you were repressing before, you are like, you've learned to face your fears, you've learned to face your shadows, you've done a lot of inner work, okay? And because you've done the inner work, you've transformed yourself, you've become this beautiful swan, this radiant swan, okay? And you were always this beautiful swan, but there was a lot of restrictions and labels, and we have your restriction and letting go. So you are letting go of all those concepts that made you feel ugly, that made you feel small, that restricted your true essence, and you're letting that go and you're accepting more of yourself, okay? With this disruption card, it's like, I feel, what I'm hearing is reality check. So maybe in the past, if you looked at certain people in a certain light, now you are not seeing that. Like if you were just wearing rose-colored glasses or ignoring the truths, the disruption is painful. The disruption it's very triggering. Okay, it's very triggering, and a lot of times we kind of repress it because we don't want to be triggered. But then it's like when we take those rose-colored glasses off and see the reality for what it is, there is more acceptance of the truth. And truth can sometimes be very painful, right? It can be very painful. But like I always say, if a wound is bleeding and it needs stitches, we can't just put Band-Aid on it and expect it to get better. We have to heal it. We have to, put the stitches, and it's painful. This whole procedure is painful, but it leads towards transformation, towards something which is for your greater good. I see you empowered, okay? Like whatever you're going through, allowing those emotions to come up, healing yourself, and moving forward, okay? Moving forward with the mystery and the swan. What I'm getting is navigating your path through your intuition. You are navigating with using your intuition. You're trying to find out the way. So you are letting go of old ways of thinking, old ways of operating, old ways of being, and now you are using your intuition. You're more in tune with your higher self, and this is allowing you to navigate the jungle of life. I always give this analogy that life is like a jungle. We don't know what's gonna come next, right? But if your intuition is strong, you can use your intuition to find a way rather than getting lost in it. True? So let's see what Tarot has to tell us for this week's reading. If there are any additional messages that need to come through, Tarot. So emotional healing is really what I'm getting with this. Okay, so we start with the Nine of Swords. Okay, so you could be overthinking something. You could be in your head, or you could feel like there is no solution to certain situations, or you could be just replaying things. That's what I'm getting with this. It's like replaying things, maybe even staying up at night replaying things in your mind. You could be anxious about a certain situation, okay? With this Two of Pentacles, you're trying to find the best direction. What is the best option? What is the best way to go around this? And this situation may not be easy, okay? I mean, that's what I feel with this. It's like it's not easy. You see all this choppy waters behind. It's like, I don't feel like this decision is easy, but you're trying to make the best choice. With the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Okay, for some, I am getting that there could be two people and you are making a decision between two people. It could be two lovers or two individuals, depending on your situation. For some, this is also between two options, or two job options or offers, or two people who want to get into partnership with you, depending on your situation. Please take it accordingly. Or someone could have juggled you and that stressed you out. That's another thing I'm also getting. Someone could have made you an option and that could have really stressed you out. That could have made you go through like a spiritual awakening with the Hermit here. I definitely see a lot of soul searching, going within. I feel like you don't want to rush with any decision. You want to take your time. You want to think about it. You could be going through a spiritual awakening. Things that you did not look. There's a strong message that I'm getting is things that you were not looking into in the past, like you are taking notice of them now, even if they are people that are in your life. If you didn't notice certain traits or certain behaviors or certain ways they acted in the past, you're definitely noticing that now, okay? Yeah, for some, I am getting there is a decision between two people or two situations, and you are weighing your best option, and that is causing you a lot of stress. Oops. Okay, sorry about that. Just dropped my card. We have the 5 of Swords, and we have the 4 of Swords. Okay. Okay, this is very interesting. This is a very I like this depiction of the 5 of Swords because there's like a moth here, and all these swords are pointing towards the moth, and there are a bunch of fairies around the swords. So in this particular deck, I always look at this card as transformation. Like, you've been through the ringer, you had your share of, I feel like these were all deceptive situations, people who just kind of stabbed you in the back, or people who just hurt you in some shape and form. But you see this, even though all the swords are pointing at this moth is kind of transformed with its wings. Like, you had a lot of spirit, whether it's fairies or angels or your guides, they were constantly healing you, they were constantly guiding you, okay? And you've been through a lot. You've taken out time to heal yourself. You've taken out time to basically take out the swords. She's holding a sword in her hand. It's like you took out all the swords that were pointed towards you, that you took those swords out, you healed yourself, you took out time, you did a lot of soul searching, and you transform yourself. There's something to do with psychic gifts and psychic abilities also that's coming through, and sometimes I do believe that you can psychically awaken yourself after painful situations, okay? Especially when you go through a lot of painful situations, and if you are a good-hearted person, Spirit knows that, and your spiritual gifts will literally hit the roof, because it's like, like where most people would react in a negative way, you react still in a positive way, and you have a pure heart, then Spirit rewards you with a lot of manifestation and psychic abilities, and it's like good karma comes to you. That is what I truly believe. And with the swan year and this, I feel like you've transformed. That is the message. That is what I'm getting. It's like you went through so much with this, like things that would stress people out. You went through those stresses, and it's like you kept transforming yourself. You kept transforming yourself. You kept letting go. You kept letting go of whatever does not serve you. Yes, it disrupted your world with this disruption. This is like shock, okay? Shock treatment. Like there is a lightning year, so yeah, definitely shock, but then you kept transforming yourself, and this has opened your mind, your abilities, the way you think, the way you are, just to the next level. And now you are, with this card, I always see this as the 1111 card, okay? You are attracting your soul tribe. You're attracting, like, you've elevated your energy with this, okay? Yeah, I'm just randomly pulling cards to see what else is coming. Yeah, as a confirmation. So with this, we have the 2 of Swords here, we have the Fool here, and we have the Death, okay? So 2 of Swords, you're protecting yourself. That's what I'm getting with this card. You're protecting yourself. You are guarding your heart. Look at the way she's holding the 2 swords, right? She's guarding her heart. You are protective of yourself, of your energy. because you are tired of feeling defeated. You've done a lot of soul searching with these two cards. You've done a lot of healing on yourself, okay? If you needed time out, you gave yourself time out, you gave yourself healing, you did whatever you needed to do. And we have the death here. Like, disruption is similar to death card, like the Tower card. We have the Tower and we have death together in this reading. So this is like very intense. And as we can see in this death card, there's like fire coming out of the skull, right, of this knight. And it's like, you've totally transformed yourself. You've totally changed yourself. And what's drawing my attention is this little boy that's handing him the bouquet of flowers. It's like, yes, death has come to you, but there is a new beginning. Yes, there is an ending, but with that ending, there is a new beginning, okay? And with the Fool, this is a confirmation that now, with this Fool card, I feel like fresh energy, okay? You see how he's traveling light. He doesn't have any luggage. He's got this little sack behind him, and that's it. And he's traveling with his little cute little puppy. And it's like, that's what you're doing. You're just traveling light. You're taking with you only the things that you need, the bare basics, and you're taking whoever, you know, those people who love you, those who are with you on your journey, you're taking them with you, and you're setting yourself free from all this negativity, from all this that just kept causing you so much pain, okay? So much pain. And if there were individuals, or, you know, with the two knights here, there were you know, whether this was a lover or there were two people involved, like you're just like, you know, or people who were just treating you like options and stuff. You're not doing that. I definitely see this with this Two of Swords. You're like, no, I've transformed myself. I see a total up level. That's what I am getting with this, okay? A lot of up leveling. I do feel that with this, in this week, things may come up for you emotionally, but it's like you're gonna take out the time, you're gonna sort it out, you're gonna take care of yourself, and you may be guided by your spirit guides to kind of just chill, to focus on yourself, to heal yourself, and that would be good for you, okay? So let me see from this deck. I feel like I need to pull one more card before I close out this reading. Oh, so this one came through, forgiveness. This is so interesting. Forgiveness came through, okay? So what I'm getting from this card is, yes, and see, I got again, bottom of the deck, the butterfly. So the butterfly may be significant. Butterfly and forgiveness. For some, I'm getting there is someone in the spirit realm that you need to forgive, okay? That you need to forgive. You may be upset with that soul for the way they passed over. Maybe they passed over quickly, or there was no closure, or whatever the reason is. It's like you need to forgive this person. But let me see, what else am I getting with this? The same message I'm getting with the forgiveness card is, see, you are being guided to travel light, okay? You are being guided that on this journey, you don't need to take with yourself anger, you know, resentments or anything like that. Just understand, each person has their own consciousness, okay? And sometimes we cannot expect the truth from others, but we can expect the truth from ourselves, right? So we have to be truthful with ourselves. We have to accept people if they are in a deceptive behavior, if they're, you know, in that low vibe. We have to just send them love and acceptance from a distance and forgive them, and then move on your path. Like, forgiveness doesn't mean that you have a reunion with them. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you start spending time with people who caused you so much pain. It simply means that you are going to surrender. You're no longer holding that baggage, that pain, that energy. Because see, what happens is, every time in our memory, when we bring back those painful situations, it's almost like we are revisiting that pain, right? So every time you think of those painful memories, what happens to your body? You just kind of feel sad, you feel low, you don't feel good about yourself. That the whole situation and the pain and everything kind of comes back. So it's almost like we are reliving that situation again and again. But when we forgive, we kind of detach from it, and we just take that experience as a learning experience, and we understand that this experience was important on my soul's journey for me to evolve, for me to grow, for me to have a greater understanding. And we start looking at those people who caused us pain as teachers. We just thank them for showing up and teaching us certain aspects of ourselves that we hadn't learned before them, right? So they come into our lives as teachers, they teach us what they have to teach, and then they leave, just like a teacher in the grade, right? We learn from a teacher, and then we don't hang on to that teacher saying, please follow us in every grade. We don't do that, right? We just thank that teacher and we move on to the next level, right? So spiritual evolution is the same. People come in our lives to teach us, and sometimes these lessons can be painful. I know, and I accept that, but that doesn't mean that we live in that pain and we allow that pain to corrode and destroy our present moment. That's why it's always said, live in the now, right? We have so many quotes about being in the now, living in the now, because in the now is where your reality is, and in the now is where you manifest your future. So your future is asking you for this purity, for this lightness. Look at this swan, so beautiful, right? The way it's lifting and rising. That's what Spirit wants you to do, is lift off, let it go, and know that you have a brighter, beautiful future. The swan and the butterfly could be significant. Again, butterflies are also about transformation, right? Change, and it says beauty on this card. So see your own beauty and honor your journey. And with this, I'm going to end this reading. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for being a part of my channel.